we're back. We're back. For back. So, planned for this this early evening is to absolutely demolish my lats, mid traps, and every other fancy pants, like erector. No, not erector. What do I think? Rhomboid, teres major, whatever in between, right? And when it comes to back, I mean, I've got one cue, right? Like we've all kind of heard, pull with your elbow, not with your hands. That's like the classic kind of back connection, mind muscle sort of flexing tip, right? But I say until you take it one step further, right? Look up like an anatomy of somebody's back, or even just as you're warming up, kind of feel that. Like, I cannot even rotate my shoulder at all. Like, my arm, this whole linkage system is not moving, bending, pulling, nothing. It's just moving back and forth, right? And the one other bone, apart from just like my collarbone and stuff, that's moving along with it is my shoulder blade, right? So I almost want to take it one step further from, okay, just pull my elbows to feel my shoulder blades, I guess, what's the word? Retract, yeah, extend and retract, right? With rows, not the hardest thing in the world, especially lighter, slightly wider grip rows. I mean, I can really squeeze them together. But with pull downs, it's definitely a little trickier, because instead of just trying to imagine your shoulder blades coming back and together, they're almost like turning like this. Right, like this is the top of the pull down, and at the bottom you squeeze them down, and they internally rotate back together. So a little hard to imagine, but I like to think that having a grasp on like what your anatomy looks like, at least at like a basic level, is going to help you just kind of feel things more naturally, because then you actually kind of know what linkages are where, and it's not like you just lift weights out of nowhere. Any force that you can exert can be worked its way or can be followed back to certain tensions in your biceps and your forearm and your lats and your shoulder and everything else. And the better you get at it, then the easier it's going to be to keep muscles you don't want to hit from firing. Right? If I'm hitting back, I don't want my biceps helping me with the pull downs or my forearms helping me with the rows. I want my back doing all the work. So by being able to kind of relax those sort of secondary muscles, which could help if I let them, and really just focus on the primaries, then I think it makes my training a little bit more efficient. Right? So that's kind of my thought process there. But this shouldn't take too long. Let's go pump these lats up. 3 plates felt too heavy, which honestly I was kind of surprised with. 2 plates felt fine. So happy medium, 2 and a 25. And of course this set's going to be a little throw the weight around, but don't worry, any squeezing, slow controlled rep fans, there will be sets like that in a little bit. All right, come on. Oh my god. Oh goodness. One more. Oh my god. Oh goodness. Alright. Let's move on to something else. Let's counter heavy rows with lighter squeezing pull downs. Okay. One more. Minimum. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, let's do a cable pullover next. Most of the cables are occupied, but if you use your mind, we got a cable right here. Didn't even have to leave the machine. So let's pick a reasonable weight. I want to feel it, but I don't need to, feel like I'm moving as much weight as I physically can. Yeah, maybe one notch lighter. So, kind of this back day is almost like how a lot of my chest days look. Something heavy, well, I guess for chest, I'd say pressing, but heavy rows, lighter pull downs, some squeezing pullovers. I guess we'll see what happens next. Overall, I don't know, today's kind of funky. My energy levels are good, but I felt kind of weak on those rows. It's not really throwing me off my game, but certainly something to consider. Tomorrow I might be due for a rest day, but I'll decide that then. So next, single arm squeezing pullovers, classic form, sheath the sword into your hip. And I like this way better than doing a rope, both arms at once. I know I've said this a million times, but it's worth mentioning. When I do a single arm like this, I can really wrench it at the bottom. It might just be a me thing, but whatever. So let's throw the shit around. Okay. Oh my gosh. One more of those. It's they want it to just pull straight down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one more. All right. I'll make these reps a little nastier too, if I can get a good song playing. There we go. All right, come on. No. Oh my gosh. One more set of rows somewhere. I think that'll be it. All right, let's see how we're looking here. So I did one more kind of just pumpish set of cable rows, but I was working in with some of the boys, so no need to clip the last one. But today's back day was kind of chill. This was definitely in contrast to the last one, which may just be a good thing, right? Because last back day was much heavier with those like full stack pull downs into, what did I even do? Like full stack pull downs. I don't remember. But last back day was a bit heftier than this one. So I guess that's kind of a good back and forth of having a lighter day to contradict a, heavier, nastier one. But let's see how we're looking. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. Good back day. And I think tomorrow we're probably due for a rest day. Even though the lift after is arms, we'll just have to see. But don't forget, I'm not anti-rest day, but I am anti-unnecessary rest day. So it's a fine line. It's like, are you actually overloading fatigue and like getting more and more sore over time to the point where a day off is legitimately the best move? Or are you in the very close situation of, I don't really feel like it, and that's that's not something for anybody to tell you. That's more of an introspection kind of thing. So whichever one you end up actually leaning towards, at least try to own it. If you don't feel like it, just say that, right? But I really hate seeing like, oh, I don't want to overload my fatigue. I don't want to, when in reality, it's just the guy doesn't feel like working out. It's, that's just not what I like to hear. But either way, let's go eat something. I am starving. Yeah, that was a reasonably solid lift. A lot of chatting afterwards and a little bit before. But I am ready to get home and get some freaking food into my system. I have got a pound of ground beef waiting for me, partnered with I'm not sure what kind of carb source, whether I want to do rice or go instant oatmeal, kind of breakfasty themed. I guess I'll just decide that later. But either way, replenish my glycogen stores and get some amino acids flowing through me to jumpstart the freaking hypertrophy process. I'm not going to speed 100 miles an hour to get home within my anabolic window, but I mean, just thinking logically, right? Using your noggin, it is probably in your best interest to get some grub in your system reasonably quick. Just because, what are you running on post-workout, right? Not much. That's, it's been a while since I had a bit of a cardio argument with you, or cardio talk. But, so, that's half the reason why I'm not a fan of pre-workout cardio, at least opposed to post-workout cardio. If you've really only got time to come to the gym once, or you don't want to do like your own at-home cardio session, like a run or something, then I would not want to do my 30 minutes of the bike or treadmill or whatever before the actual weight portion of the workout. Reason being, you're running through your freaking energy stores, Now, it's not like you're gonna be exhausted after 30 minutes of cardio, but I would imagine, and I'm not saying like just hypothetically, just thinking about it, if I were to do, a chest day or a leg day especially, and before I do my leg lift, squats, leg press, whatever, if I had done 30 minutes on the seated bike beforehand, right, how much glycogen have I burned through in my quads, and different kind of fatigue and lactic acid have I now built up, which is now going to hinder my weight-based performance, right? In the hierarchy of importance, I would, this might not be the most awesome thing for me to say since I'm such a cardio fanatic, but the gym, the actual weight exposure part of the workout where you're really lifting, I'd say that's going to take priority to the cardio exposure, right? It's just such a more intense stimulus to your system, right? Now they play hand in hand. Don't take that as, oh, weights are more important than cardio. Sam said it. No more bike for me. Yippee. That's not what I'm trying to get at here. But if you want to really prioritize trying to stimulate whatever you're hitting on that given day as insanely hard as you possibly can, then to do your cardio right beforehand, I feel like you're kind of defeating the purpose. That's like if I wanted to do a PR, in a sense. Obviously, I'm not really a PR kind of guy, but let's say I wanted to do a max 1 rep of bench, or a max 1 rep of squats, and before I did it, I did an hour on the treadmill, and it really tired out my legs. Is that going to hinder or improve my performance later on when I actually go for a really heavy movement? And I think we all know the answer to that. So all that's to say is, if you're going to do cardio during your workout phase, after is probably your best bet. Maybe bring a snack with you or something to eat after your workout is over, and then do your 30 minutes. And I'm not saying 30 minutes high intensity, like, you're completely blowing yourself out of breath, but enough where, you're giving yourself a sweat, you're keeping your heart rate elevated up to that, zone, I don't know what zone, median zone, hard enough that you're sweating, but not so hard that you're really huffing and puffing. But I'd say your best bet really is cardio in the morning, separate from the workout entirely. So you've got a couple of meals and a few hours at least to, kind of recover. Not that your cardio is so intense you really need to dude, I'm dying. Just did 30 minutes of the bike. But, it definitely is enough. You did burn energy that there is a at least minor recovery period to take into consideration. So plan for beach tomorrow. Well, for one, go to bed early, but I think I might just end up doing cardio in the sauna tomorrow. Haven't been doing the sauna that much, just because it's kind of a mess. Because then you're drenched after. You got to either bring clothes to shower and change into, or just get in the car sweaty. Ugh. But I do like it, so I think tomorrow will be a good, little bit of a recuperation kind of day, and then that'll leave. So today's Monday, Wednesday. That'll leave Tuesday to be what I hope to be my craziest arm day of the year, which I don't think is going to be the most insane thing for me to make happen. So I guess all that's left is getting a good night's rest and then getting after tomorrow. So I'll see you then.